Somebody's got the hiccups. Good morning, muffins! It's Cherie. It's been a really long time since I've said that. Let's have some coffee. Bless you. Okay. It's caffeinated. Hi, sweet boy. So here's Asa. Hi, man. He just woke up. It's a little... We'll see how long this lasts. Little baby. He's not. He's got the hiccups. He doesn't like it. He's 1 month old yesterday. So holy beans, I have a 1 month old. We've been having a little trouble sleeping at night, so both of us are a little bit in the mornings. But he's a delicious baby. He's pretty good. He pretty much only cries when he needs something, or he's got the hiccups, and that's annoying. So I'm just so in love with this nug. Like, I just look at his face and I'm like, I can't believe I'm a mom, and I can't believe it's to you, and you're just so delicious. So this is actually the third time that I have filmed this video because I can't seem to get through it without crying. So this is going to be the time that we get through it, smooth sailing. But I just want to do a quick little update, but it'll probably be kind of long. So grab a snack, grab a coffee, like let's catch up. So the week that he was born was pretty much the best and the worst week of my life, all combined together. It was an emotional roller coaster from start to finish, and I'm really glad we're kind of out of that because that was, man, y'all, that was the roughest week I think I've had since my dad passed away. Trauma. So I had to be induced because they said I needed to be. Well, I'm no baby scientist. And so we checked in on a Thursday, and they started the process with the medications and all of that. They were very positive. They were like, yeah, you're gonna have a baby in like, probably like 48 hours tops. It's gonna be amazing. And we're like, yay. And 48 hours came and went, and I was still at a 0. Like, they could not feel his head. He was still way up there. I was miserable. I don't think that they have the layouts for labor and delivery rooms made for you to stay in there for 3 to 4 days because the bed is horribly uncomfortable. You don't get good sleep because you're in a hospital. They do those baby checks like every hour, and I think on day 3 they had done so many checks that they had actually given me an infection. And so then from that point on, whenever they do a check, it would be like the worst pain of my life. So they came in at, I don't know, what was it? Like 4 o'clock in the morning on Saturday night, and they're like, okay, so you're still at a 0. And they said, so it's very likely that since you're not responding at all to any of these multiple drugs that we've given you, that even if we could force you into it in the next like 3 days, you'd probably still end up in a C-section, because we could probably only get you to like an 8, and then you'd have to go for like an emergency C-section because it's taken too long to get him out. So, but they said they were willing to try that if we were, and I was so tired, so in pain, so miserable. I was like, nope, get him out. So Sunday at 2:07 p.m., he was cut forth from my abdomen, and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't fun. I wouldn't be like, yay, let's all go get C-sections together. But, they give you pain medicine. The only thing that I missed really was that I didn't get to do skin to skin with him immediately because they have to stitch you up first. I also couldn't hold him like right away. But my husband got to do all that. So they pulled him out, and then my husband got to go and hang out with him, and then I got to do it a little bit later. So it was fine. Everything in the hospital was fine. Like, they made us feel like we were the best parents. We had it like under control. We had a lactation specialist come in, and she was like, yeah, you got it. She was in a hurry though, so she didn't really stay with us very long. And then they sent us home with this thing, and it didn't come with any instructions. And they were just like, thanks for the visit. Won't see you again. So the first night home with him was challenging. For some reason, he completely forgot how to breastfeed, and he was super fussy, and me and my husband were like at our wits' end, tired-wise, like we were exhausted. We were up all night. I was like, something isn't working with breastfeeding. I don't know what it is, but he's not doing it. I can't do it, and we're not working together, and I don't know what's going on. So then, that was, that's normal parent stuff. And then the next morning, my husband was like, well, I'm gonna go pick up the dogs, because we had dropped them off at the same place we've dropped them off for 6 years. Like, they always take really good care of our babies. And I was like, yeah, let's get the dogs home. Let's introduce them. I'm going to get through this part real briefly so that I don't get all squishy about it. But husband went to pick up the dogs. When he got there, Dexter wasn't there. They said they had come in that morning and he was unresponsive. They had taken him to their vet to get him checked out. So my husband had to go and pick him up from that vet and take him to our vet. 3 days later, 6 vets later, $3,000 later, they said they could do nothing for him, and we had to put him down on Friday. That Friday after we brought him home. So it was the worst week of my life. Me and my husband cried all that week just from tiredness and stress and extreme sadness. It was extra hard for me because I could not be there. You cannot drive after C-section. I have this nugget I have to keep alive. We didn't want to take a newborn, like a couple days old, out to like vets offices, so I could do nothing. But you know, they did let my husband did go and was with him for those last moments, and they brought him home, and we have him here, and he's buried with our other fur baby. It was just very sudden and very out of the blue and traumatic, and it turns out that he had an underlying condition that we didn't know about and there were no symptoms for, but because our kennel place does not have a 24-hour, it's something to do with his blood sugar. I don't know what it is. They couldn't give us a definitive answer, but it's something to do with his blood sugar. But since they don't have an overnight person, he had been having this blood sugar reaction for hours before they got there. So by the time they got in there that morning, he was already pretty gone. So we tried everything. We tried every vet, and Dexter is no longer with us. So I've just been trying to really focus on this baby. I told my husband, I was like, not only is it really hard to lose a dog that you love, I was like, but Dexter really was our baby, like when we couldn't have a baby. Like, he was the dog that we got because they told us we couldn't have children. So it was like I brought a baby into the world and then I lost my first baby. It was very weird. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it anymore. But he's gone and we miss him like crazy. So to combine all of that awesome sauce of a week with the dog and a new baby and all of that, I could tell something wasn't going right with breastfeeding. He was very fussy. He didn't want to, he would like push away. I felt like I had to like cram my boob in his mouth, and then I couldn't tell how much he was eating. He was sleeping all the time, which my mom kept saying was normal because newborns do sleep a lot. But I was like, this kid is sleeping like 6 hours straight, and then I have to like force him to eat. I was like, something is wrong. So we went to his first vet appointment. Sorry. We went to his first pediatrician appointment. They told me that he'd lost too much weight. And so much had happened that week that I lost it in the pediatrician's office. I was bawling. I was like, I'm starving my baby. We've killed our other baby. Like, I can't sleep. Like, nothing is going right. Like, what have I done? It was the worst. And then, but they sent us to a lactation consultant. It took her 3 minutes to tell me what I was doing wrong. Bloop, bloop, we're doing fine. He's back up to birth weight. Everything is good in that department. It was just so much, y'all. It was just so much. A lot of things in 1 week. A lot of life changes in 1 week. Wow. So since then, everything's been good. The only challenge we're having with baby boy is he does not want to sleep in a bassinet. He does not like to lay on his back. He just kicks those feet. We've tried every single swaddle. I think we spent like $300 on swaddles. If you need to know how swaddles work, let me know because I've tried every single one. He does not like it. He doesn't like to be swaddled, but he doesn't like to be unswaddled. So the only way we get any sleep is if I sleep with him in the living room like this, with him on my chest in a chair. That's the only way any of us can get any sleep. So me and him have been camping out in the living room every night, party time. And Daddy sleeps in the bed. And then if Mommy needs a nap in the day, he gives me one. But he's going back to work. So that's going to end real soon with them naps. So that's the only challenge we've had really with him is the breastfeeding at first. And he doesn't want to sleep in his bed. But he is over 9 pounds now, but pretty lanky. I keep waiting for him to chunk up like a Michelin baby because he's so big, but he's really just kind of long and bony. I'm not talking about you, I'm sorry. But he's been getting way more like aware and like looking at stuff and like awake, and playing with it, or like can see his mobile, and like it's funny how quickly they change and like grow. It's weird. Like I feel like a month old isn't very old, but you've accomplished so much. You've accomplished so much. So diet wise, I'm gonna be back on the Weight Watchers train next week. This is my husband's last week home, and we're trying to finish up all the like frozen meals that everyone brought for us. Because we have not been on diets. We've been on survival diet, which is just cram whatever you can in your face hole in between naps and screamings and feedings. But this Sunday, my husband's gonna, you know, cart him around and nap with him while I do some food prep. So I'm gonna try and film that as well. Maybe even a grocery haul of me getting back into it. I get 1,000,000 points because I'm breastfeeding. So I feel like freestyle is very doable right now, but I do think that, yeah, I do think that once I lose weight and I'm back down to those 23 points, it's gonna be simply Fillingville. Because I don't know how you ladies are doing it with 23 points a day. That's crazy. So anyway, so I'm really excited to get back into it. I probably got a good 50 pounds to lose because Mama really enjoyed some donuts when she was pregnant. But it was worth it. My only pregnancy. I enjoyed every second of it. Every donut. I'll miss them. I do think it's going to be a big adjustment period for me though, because now I've had almost an entire year of eating whatever I want. And it's hard to reprogram your brain into that healthy mindset that I was in before I got pregnant. So I got a lot of work to do. I also just ordered a special lightweight wrap so that I can baby wear him when we go on walks. Because right now the one that I have is really thick and warm and it gets him really sweaty. So hopefully I'll be able to do some walk workouts soon. Hopefully we'll be hopefully we'll be able to do some morning fall time walks together, get some steps in, work it out, he can nap. Because I think that's going to be a big help for me is getting physically active again. I don't know when I'll be able to get to the gym because I don't trust anyone to touch this baby but me and my family. So yeah, so just a lot of changes. Like I feel like I'm the same person, but I'm completely different. Things that mattered before that I was like super into and like that I thought were important just aren't anymore. I just only care about him. It's strange. It's weird how your whole life changes. I think when you're pregnant, you're trying to prepare yourself for that and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a mom. Like, look at all these cute clothes I'm buying and his super cute nursery. But then you have your baby and you're like nothing is the same and it's never gonna be. Like, your whole life has changed in the most delicious, scary, wonderful way and you're a little bit kerfluffled about it. So I'm gonna hop off of here because I think he's getting hungry. But yeah, so I'm excited to see you guys next week. I feel like I'm so out of the loop. I'm so sorry to all of my wonderful Weight Watchers friends who I'm completely behind on videos and life updates and life in general. Just a lot of things been going on. But yeah, so we will see you next week and we're gonna get skinny. Well, you're gonna get fat and I'm gonna get skinny. Okay? You get fat, I get skinny. Teamwork.